This footage froze an entire arena, and seconds later, the internet exploded. If you think you've seen every unexpected Blackpink moment, wait until you hear what happened at Blackpink Day 1 in the Philippines, inside the massive Bulacan Arena. Watch closely, because even Jisoo herself couldn't hide her reaction. And before we begin, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Moments like this deserve to be amplified worldwide. The lights reflected off a sea of fans filling the Philippine Arena, transforming the venue into a chamber of roaring anticipation. From the outside, the noise sounded like a storm. Inside, the vibration was strong enough to shake the railings. Everyone was waiting. Everyone was holding their breath. Blackpink Day 1 in the Philippines wasn't just a concert, this was a global cultural eruption. And no one expected the moment that would go viral across the world in minutes. When the arena suddenly went pitch black, the screams detonated like a shockwave. Phones shot up, screens glowing like a galaxy. Then, boom, a burst of visuals lit up the stage. Blackpink stepped out one by one, and the entire stadium erupted. Jisoo walked with that signature mysterious smile, Rose radiated bright energy, Jennie's charisma hit the arena like a tidal wave, and Lisa sliced through the spotlight with her razor-sharp presence. But even as the opening performance reached its explosive peak, something unusual stirred in the right side of the arena. Staff members backstage turned their heads. The crowd noise wasn't following the usual pattern, there was a different kind of roar coming from one concentrated area. A ripple of energy. Something unplanned. As Blackpink moved into their second song, fans' cameras started capturing it. A movement. A shift. A massive banner being lifted, far larger than anything that should have passed security, and instantly becoming the focus of thousands of eyes. Within seconds, international fans pointed their lenses toward the same corner. Jisoo, standing on the right side of the stage, noticed it before anyone else. She paused for a barely perceptible moment, something only keen observers would catch, then smiled, a small "I know what's happening there" smile. Fans near the front row shrieked. The moment was captured from so many angles that global algorithms instantly detected a spike of uploads from the same location, and that's when everything began to shift. As the song progressed, even Jennie glanced over at the crowd. Lisa, mid-dance, raised an eyebrow because the shouting from that one section was too loud, too intense. Something off-script was happening, something powerful. Then came the pattern interrupt. During the transition, the music cut briefly. The Jumbotron flickered to a new graphic. And at that exact second, dozens of fan cameras captured the huge banner fully unfurling. Written in Korean, English, and Filipino, it revealed a heartfelt tribute to Jisoo, prepared secretly by fans from 14 countries. The arena exploded. Jisoo covered her mouth in disbelief, laughing softly. Rose patted her back with a wide grin. Jennie nodded proudly. Lisa threw a heart gesture toward the section holding the banner. The cheers were so intense that the stage microphones picked up audio distortion, and unbelievably, this still wasn't the climax. Fans on the floor suddenly began chanting. A rhythmic, stadium-style chant, rarely heard at Blackpink concerts, echoed through the Philippine Arena. Thousands of fans called out Jisoo's name in perfect sync, answered by another wave from the opposite side of the venue. The sound grew bigger, stronger, louder. The members froze for a moment, stunned at the force vibrating through the arena like a shockwave. Then came the moment that made the clip trend worldwide. Cameras captured Jisoo closing her eyes slowly, taking a breath, then lowering her head, an emotional gesture she almost never shows on stage. When she lifted her gaze, she pointed to the crowd and whispered into the mic, "This I will never forget." 5 seconds. 4 words. Global trending. Millions of views in under an hour. But the true payoff, the moment that pushed this into worldwide news coverage, happened minutes later. As Blackpink continued their show, the LED backdrop suddenly changed to an interactive visual triggered by the arena's audio system. The screen displayed a massive heartbeat graph. And every time the crowd chanted Jisoo, Jisoo, the pulse spiked dramatically, flooding the venue with waves of light. Clips of the synchronized chants and the glowing heartbeat visuals spread like wildfire on TikTok, Instagram, and X. International fans were shocked by the scale of the moment, many saying they had never seen a Blackpink concert with fan energy this explosive, this unified, especially focused on Jisoo. Then came the shot heard around the world. During the next song, the stage camera zoomed in perfectly as Jisoo looked directly into the lens and said, "Philippines, you surprised me today." That single clip became the thumbnail of the night, viral in dozens of countries within hours. Fans remixed it, slowed it down, auto-tuned it, and recreated the chant in their own languages. Korean media published breaking news segments, calling it Jisoo's most emotional and candid reaction in Blackpink's recent tour history. The atmosphere for the rest of the concert completely transformed. Fans weren't just watching, they were steering the momentum. Blackpink responded with unexpected improvisations. Lisa added 2 beats to the end of her solo choreography as a playful shout-out. Jennie blew repeated flying kisses. Rose waved with an adorable expression, and Jisoo couldn't stop smiling, brighter than she had all night. And for the emotional closing moment, more than 40,000 light sticks lit up in purple and white, Jisoo's associated colors. The entire arena turned into a galaxy made just for her. In the final minutes, the 4 members stood center stage. Jisoo looked out at the glowing sea of fans and bowed deeply. "Bulacan, thank you. You made history tonight." The stadium roared, and millions around the world witnessed it through countless shared clips. And if you enjoyed this dramatic breakdown of the shocking Blackpink Philippines Day 1 moment, don't forget to like, comment, and share, because Blink Philippines just delivered one of the most unforgettable fan moments in Blackpink history. Blackpink in your area. But the night in Bulacan was far from over. Even after the historic chant and Jisoo's emotional reaction, something else was brewing beneath the surface, another wave of energy that would turn Blackpink Day 1 Philippines into one of the most talked about concert nights of the year. People inside the arena didn't realize they were moments away from witnessing a second viral earthquake that would sweep across global platforms. As the members prepared for the next section of the show, the atmosphere shifted again. The stadium lights shimmered subtly, and a strange anticipation rippled through the crowd, as if everyone collectively sensed that something unexpected was coming. The staff standing near the barricades exchanged quick glances. They'd never seen audience energy escalate twice in one night at this scale. The music for the next stage transition began, but right before the beat dropped, a roar erupted from the upper bowl. Fans started waving synchronized LED boards that hadn't been visible earlier. At first it looked like scattered lights, until the pattern became clear, thousands of tiny screens forming Jisoo's silhouette, pixel style, in purple and white. The display stretched across multiple sections like a coordinated sky constellation. The camera operators caught it instantly and switched the Jumbotron feed to capture the pattern. When the image appeared above the stage, the arena lost its mind. Even the crew backstage could be seen reacting, covering their mouths, pointing at the screen, stunned by the precision of the fan project. Jisoo's eyes widened. She turned slowly toward the giant screen, then toward the crowd responsible for it. For a moment, the music seemed irrelevant, everyone focused on her expression. She pressed her hands to her chest and laughed softly in disbelief, cheeks tinted pink under the stage lights. Rose walked over and playfully bumped her shoulder, teasing her, while Jennie clapped with an approving smile. Lisa leaned into her mic and shouted, "Filipinas, you're crazy. I love it." The arena replied with a unified scream that felt like a wave crashing through concrete, but the emotional chain reaction didn't end there. When the beat finally dropped and the music kicked in, fans started singing, not chanting, but singing a fan-organized harmony that blended with the intro of the next track. It wasn't part of the song. It wasn't rehearsed. It wasn't in the set list. Yet somehow, thousands of voices aligned perfectly in pitch, forming a choir-like backing that startled the members. A split-second close-up on the Jumbotron showed Rose covering her mouth in awe. Lisa spun toward the crowd, eyes sparkling. Jennie took a step forward, letting the audience fill the space. And Jisoo, still visibly moved, mouthed wow in Korean, then let out a breath that looked like it carried every emotion from the last hour. The fan harmony grew louder, and something remarkable happened. Blackpink adjusted their pacing to match the crowd's tempo. The band improvised a softer instrumental under the audience's unified singing, creating a once-in-a-lifetime live moment where performer and audience fused into a single performance. Fans online later described it as a duet between Blackpink and 40,000 Blinks. Clips of that harmony spread just as fast as the earlier viral moments. Comment sections from Korea, the US, Thailand, Japan, Brazil, and Europe lit up with disbelief. Many users wrote that they had never seen an audience take over a Blackpink concert so musically, so emotionally, without overshadowing the members, but instead elevating the entire experience. Then came the moment that truly cemented Day 1 BULLACAN as legendary. During the bridge of the next track, the arena lighting unexpectedly flickered, not due to malfunction, but because an advanced lighting cue combined with the crowd's noise levels triggered the arena's ambient response system. It's a system designed for sports finals, not concerts. The lights pulsed in sync with the fans singing, creating the illusion that the entire Coliseum was breathing. Jisoo turned in a full circle, taking in the visuals, and nearly teared up again. Jennie pointed upward and shouted, "Look at that! Look!" Rose raised her arms and spun, letting the lights wash over her like glittering waves. Lisa, overwhelmed, said into her mic, "I'm getting goosebumps everywhere." The synergy between fans, lights, and Blackpink created a moment so visually stunning that even the arena's own technical crew later posted online about how rare and unpredictable that effect was. But the biggest shock of the night came right before the encore. As the members were about to exit the stage for their quick break, the crowd began a slow clap, rhythmic, steady, powerful. It spread from the front rows to the back like falling dominoes. Then, without warning, the entire stadium transitioned into a chant in Korean, not English or Filipino. A full Korean chant. Perfectly synchronized. Perfect pronunciation. It stunned the arena and instantly grabbed the attention of Korean netizens once it hit social media. Jisoo froze at the edge of the stage, turned back, and looked at the sea of fans chanting her name in her native language. She brought her hands together and bowed deeply, longer than she usually does, overwhelmed by the scale and sincerity of the tribute. When Blackpink returned for the encore, the crowd greeted them not with screams, but with the glowing purple-white galaxy effect again, this time doubling in brightness. It felt like a second beginning. Lisa placed her hand over her heart, visibly moved. Jennie smiled in disbelief. Rose wiped under her eye jokingly, pretending to cry. And Jisoo, who had been the center of the night, stepped forward like she wanted to address the audience directly. But before she could speak, the crowd erupted into one final surprise, a fan-organized synchronized arm wave that moved across the stadium like a literal ocean. It started from the left, flowed through the center, and rippled to the right. Then it reversed. Then it circled. The timing was too perfect to be spontaneous. It was rehearsed by thousands of people before the concert even began. The four members stood still, mesmerized. Jisoo laughed, holding her mic with both hands, unable to hide her joy. "Philippines," she said, voice soft but steady, "you really prepared everything, huh?" The audience screamed back so loud the stage floor vibrated. Even after the concert ended, no one wanted to leave. Fans lingered, still waving their light sticks, still chanting, still smiling at strangers from other countries. The international fanbase blended together in the warm afterglow of a night that had exceeded every expectation, and as clips continued flooding online, one thing became clear: Blackpink Day 1 Bulacan wasn't just a concert. It was a global cultural moment. A night people will talk about for years. A night where fans and idols created history together, spontaneously, emotionally, and without script. If you want the ending epilogue, transition to day 2, or a closing news outro, bilang iya bro. But even after the encore wave and the emotional galaxy of purple and white lights, something about the night refused to settle. People in the arena described it later as a pressure in the air, an invisible buildup like the moment before fireworks ignite. The staff, security, and production crew all sensed it. The concert might have technically been approaching its end, but the audience wasn't done. And somehow, neither were the members. As the final notes faded and Blackpink stood together at center stage, the arena was buzzing with chatter, cheers, and restless energy. Fans could feel it. There was still one more moment waiting to be born. The venue lights dimmed just enough to hint at closure, but the audience didn't budge. Nobody moved for the exit. Rows and rows of fans remained frozen in place, staring at the stage with an intensity that made the atmosphere feel electrically charged. Then, without warning, the lower bowl initiated a slow hum, soft at first, almost like a vibration. Within seconds, it grew into a low-toned melody. The upper bowl picked it up. The floor joined next. And suddenly, an entire stadium of nearly 40,000 people was humming the instrumental of Forever Young in perfect synchronization. No lyrics. Just pure, resonant harmony, like a stadium-sized lullaby echoing through the Philippine night. The sound was hauntingly beautiful. Even crew members behind the LED wall stopped working, lifting their headsets to listen. The hum rolled across the arena like waves, gentle yet powerful. The moment was so surreal that Rose instinctively brought her hands to her chest, visibly overwhelmed by the unified voices. Lisa's expression softened into something warm and childlike. Jennie's gaze wandered across the stadium in disbelief. Jisoo closed her eyes for a moment, letting the harmony wash over her. The humming continued for nearly 20 seconds before transforming into a soft, angelic chorus. Fans didn't plan it, yet somehow, they shifted into singing the actual melody, still soft, creating a lullaby-like soundscape that felt like the arena was floating. When the members realized what song it was, their reactions were instant. Rose looked up at the ceiling lights, visibly trembling at the emotional weight. Jennie bit her lip to keep from crying. Lisa's smile wavered. And Jisoo whispered something that the mic barely caught. "This is unreal." Then, in the most unexpected twist of the night, the LED screen, left in standby mode after the encore, reactivated on its own due to a sound trigger threshold. The background turned into a dreamy sunset visual, soft pink and purple hues spreading across the screen. The effect was accidental, but it matched the crowd's lullaby perfectly, turning the moment into a cinematic scene worthy of a music film. The audience noticed the shift and immediately screamed, not loud, but in an emotional swell, before returning to the gentle singing. The members looked at each other, completely stunned. Lisa mouthed insane, Jennie touched Jisoo's arm, Rose laughed breathlessly, and Jisoo covered her face for a second before wiping her eyes and stepping forward. She raised her mic. The humming stopped instantly, the silence so complete that even the hum of stage machinery became audible. Jisoo breathed out, steadying herself, then spoke in English with a soft, emotional tone. "This is one of the most beautiful things I've ever heard." The arena erupted into a soft cheer, but it wasn't the usual scream, more like an emotional release, a collective exhale. And that moment sparked the next wave of what would become the legendary Bulacan ending scene. Rose stepped closer to her mic and gently strummed an imaginary guitar, signaling what fans already hoped she would do. The band, noticing her gesture, quickly adjusted their instruments and prepared a stripped-down acoustic version of the encore outro. Rose sang the first line a cappella, her voice floating effortlessly over the silent stadium. Lisa added a soft harmony. Jennie followed with a gentle, warm vocal layer. Jisoo completed the harmony with her soothing tone. Together, the four created an impromptu a cappella performance, completely unplanned, completely raw. The crowd reacted slowly at first, as if afraid to interrupt the purity of the moment. Then, gradually, fans raised their light sticks again. This time they didn't wave. They held them still, thousands of glowing dots suspended in the dark, like stars frozen in time. The arena looked like a galaxy, and Blackpink stood in the middle of it, singing with nothing but their voices. As the a cappella faded, the audience took over the last line, completing the song in a perfect call-and response. The emotional impact was so strong that even security at the rails looked misty-eyed. Then came the unexpected emotional punch. A drone camera, hovering above the audience for the live production feed, captured a sweeping overhead shot of the arena at the exact moment the crowd finished singing. The shot showed the Philippine Arena shimmering with purple and white light, thousands of fans forming a synchronized ripple effect purely through the way they held their light sticks. The feed flashed briefly on the jumbotron, and everyone gasped. Even the members turned to look. "Wow!" Lisa exclaimed, stepping back in amazement. "It's so beautiful." Jennie put a hand on her chest. "You guys are insane." "In the best way." Rose laughed with a breath of disbelief. "I'm going to remember this forever." And Jisoo, who had been the emotional heartbeat of the night, stepped to the very front of the stage, holding her mic close, waiting for the arena to quiet. When it did, she whispered, "I think tonight is history." The crowd exploded into cheers, but even then, the noise carried a sense of warmth, not chaos. It was celebratory, grateful, filled with love. But the night had one more twist. As Blackpink prepared to leave the stage for the final time, the crowd suddenly began chanting not in English, not in Filipino, not in Korean, but a multilingual chant blending all three. Fans from different countries in the arena shouted each line in their own language, forming an unexpected, harmonious, global chorus. Jisoo, "Mahal ka namin." "Sarangi, we love you." The mixture of languages filled the arena like a cultural symphony. And the members, stunned, stood there completely still, soaking in every second. Lisa bowed repeatedly. Jennie waved both hands. Rose blew kisses into the upper bowl. Jisoo placed her hand over her heart and mouthed, "Thank you, so much." The chant grew louder, stronger, more united. The entire arena felt alive, almost breathing, as if the venue itself had become part of the performance, and for the first time in the entire night, Jisoo raised her hand high and gave a full arm wave, a gesture she typically reserves for the most emotional moments. The crowd lost their minds. Blackpink finally exited the stage, leaving behind an energy so intense that even after the lights turned on, fans stayed rooted in place, replaying what they had just experienced. It wasn't just a concert. It was a collective memory. A cultural moment. A night fans would retell for months, maybe years.